You ever walk into a room and immediately forget why you're there? Like, you storm in with purpose and then blank. Boom. Mission deleted. That, my friend, is your brain being the chaotic mess it was always meant to be. But before we roast it too hard, let's give it some credit, because despite its occasional glitches, it's actually a memory-making machine. Sort of. Let me explain. First off, what even is a memory? I mean, besides that weird thing you keep replaying from 7th grade at 3 a.m., a memory is basically your brain storing information so it can bring it up later, like a slightly lazy librarian who sometimes misplaces entire shelves. So how does it work? Buckle up, because we're diving into the jelly of your skull. Step 1, encoding. This is when your brain first takes in information from the world around you. It could be a sound, a sight, a smell, or the deep shame of waving back at someone who wasn't waving at you. Your senses collect all this chaos and shoot it to the brain, which then tries to make sense of it all. This info goes to your hippocampus, which, no, is not a zoo animal. It's a part of your brain that helps decide if something is important enough to remember. Like, was this moment in line at the grocery store truly memorable? No? Delete. Was that time you almost got hit by a bike while texting important? Yes? Store it. But your hippocampus doesn't just file it away immediately. Your brain needs to process it first. That leads us to storage. This is where your brain decides where to keep the information long-term. Short-term memories live in one part of your brain, long-term ones in another. Think of short-term memory like a sticky note, handy but not built to last. Long-term memory? That's like carving something into a stone tablet, but with slightly more neurons and slightly fewer chisels. Now here's the kicker. Memories aren't stored in just one place. Different parts of your brain store different aspects of a memory. So the smell of your grandma's cookies goes one place, the image of her kitchen another, and the emotional feeling of grandma love somewhere else entirely. It's like your brain has a really weird filing system, and somehow it still mostly works. Emphasis on mostly. Then comes the big one, retrieval. This is when your brain goes, hey, remember that time, and pulls the memory out of the archive. Except sometimes the archive is a bit dusty. That's why your memories can feel fuzzy or change over time. Your brain isn't perfect. It just tries really hard, like a student doing a group project alone. And speaking of imperfect, your brain is also great at making stuff up. False memories are a thing. You can absolutely swear you left your keys on the table, but no, they were in the fridge. Again, your brain fills in gaps with what it thinks happened, which is why eyewitness testimony isn't always reliable. Sorry, courtrooms. So, what helps your brain remember things better? Glad you asked, hypothetical viewer. Repetition is key. The more you go over something, the more likely it is to stick. Sleep helps too. Your brain does a lot of memory organizing while you're unconscious and drooling on your pillow. And apparently, emotional experiences stick harder, which is why you remember your first heartbreak and nothing from your 10th grade math class. Now, you might be wondering, why do we forget stuff at all? Like, why can I name every Pokemon but not remember my coworker's kid's name? Well, forgetting is actually healthy. Your brain would crash if it kept every tiny detail. Forgetting helps prioritize. It's like clearing your browser history, but for your neurons. There's also this charming phenomenon called decay. No, it's not mold. It just means that if you don't use a memory, the brain might just let it fade. Oh, you haven't thought about your 4th grade science teacher in a decade? Cool. We'll recycle that space. Another reason? Interference. That's when new memories mess with old ones. Like when you change your password and suddenly can't remember the old one, even though it was your dog's name plus 4 exclamation points. So yeah, your brain is basically running a billion-dollar operation with the vibe of a cluttered garage. It stores, deletes, mislabels, and occasionally screams, "Access denied," when you're trying to remember that one actor from that movie with the thing. But let's give it some credit. It learned to walk, talk, drive, and obsess over pop culture trivia. Not bad for a squishy lump of tissue with zero Wi-Fi. So next time you forget why you walked into a room, just remember, your brain is doing its best. Mostly. Sort of. Okay, maybe it forgot what it was doing halfway through too. Anyway, if you liked this little trip down neuron lane, hit the like button, or don't. I'm not your brain, but I am the voice inside your head right now, and I think you should subscribe for more barely functional explanations about how your body works. Memory lane is weird. Let's keep walking down it together.